Some people think they're addicted to winning. Others think they're addicted to making money. But most traders are addicted to something else entirely. Not profits, not the charts, and not even the markets. They're addicted to the possibility. Because every time you open your trading platform, your brain whispers the same thing. You tell yourself, maybe this is the trade. The trade that changes everything. The trade that makes up every loss that you made. And a trade that finally proves that you're good enough. And that single thought can quietly become an addiction. So imagine watching a chart, right? And nothing's happening. Price is moving sideways, it's not going up, it's not going down. And you tell yourself that you're going to wait until for your setup. But then suddenly, a candle explodes, your heart rate increases, and your attention sharpens, and you move your hand towards the mouse, and the mouse slowly moves towards the buy or sell button. Why? Why? Because uncertainty suddenly becomes a possibility. That possibility is so incredibly powerful because every candle carries hope. You might start thinking, maybe this is the breakout that will continue on. Maybe this reversal works. Maybe this is the move that you've been waiting for so long. And most traders believe that they're analyzing probability, but often they're just chasing hope. Look, casinos don't make billions because people win. They make billions because people almost win. Almost winning is surprisingly addictive. And psychologists call this a quote unquote near miss. And trading creates those moments constantly. Getting stopped out before price runs exactly where you expected, missing an entry only to watch it become the trader the day that you wish you'd taken, and closing early before price reaches your original target and you regret it. You know what? And those moments hurt, but they also convince your brain that you're so incredibly close. You might start telling yourself, you know what, the next time, the next trade, the next setup. And suddenly, you're no longer trading your plan. You're just chasing the feeling that the next opportunity will finally make everything worth it. See, there's that one question every trader asks, and that's this: what if? What if I enter now? What if I miss the move? What if this is the bottom? What if I never get another chance? And you know what? At first, those questions seem harmless, but they slowly replace patience with urgency, and eventually, every chart begins to feel like an emergency. Every setup feels unique, and every candle feels important. And you know what the irony is? The market opens again tomorrow. There will be always another opportunity. But your brain doesn't act like it. It acts like every trade is your last chance. And guess what? After a while, trading becomes more of something that you do. It becomes who you are. A good trading day, like you feel so successful, and in a bad trading day, you feel like a failure. And notice what's happening here. Like your identity becomes attached to the outcome, that something you can't fully control, and that's dangerous. Because when trading becomes your identity, every loss feels like a personal attack. Every mistake becomes proof that you're not good enough. And instead of reviewing your trades objectively, you begin defending your ego. You start making reasons why you took that trade when it wasn't in your trading plan in the first place. And guess what? That's when the learning stops. It sucks because when that learning stops, it also becomes expensive. And one of the strangest emotions in trading is boredom. Like there's no setup, there's no movement, there's nothing exciting yet. Some of the biggest losers begin with boredom because boredom convinces you that doing nothing is wasting time. So what happens? You start imagining setups. You started manufacturing actions. You invent setups, right? It's not in your trading plan. You lower your standards. You convince yourself that, you know what? Price action. This one looks close enough. Maybe I'll take this trade. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's gonna be a win. And professional traders understand something many beginners don't. And sometimes the highest paying decision is, guess what? Like absolutely doing nothing. So like you gotta break the addiction, right? So how do you stop chasing every opportunity? You stop treating every trade like it's special. Because it isn't. It's simply one trade. It's just one trade out of the thousands that you take over your lifetime as a trader. And professional traders, they don't obsess over individual trade outcomes. They obsess over consistency. They understand that no single trade defines a career. And when you truly accept that, urgency disappears. And patience becomes easier. And suddenly, the market feels quieter. Not because volatility changed, but because you did. Look, here's the conclusion. Most traders don't lose because they lack information. They lose because they become emotionally attached to possibility. You know, the possibility of getting rich, the possibility of being right, the possibility that this trade changes everything. But the truth is, consistency is rarely built on life changing trades, it's built on ordinary decisions. And those decisions, they're made consistently by showing up, by following up the plan, by following your plan that you made, accepting uncertainty and walking away when there's nothing in there. You know, look, like the market will always offer another opportunity. But the real question is, will you be patient enough to wait for it? Because mastering trading, it's not about taking more trades, it's about becoming comfortable with letting most of them go. It's about becoming comfortable in the uncertainty that you have to wait for another setup to appear. So look, master your mind, master the market. If you like this video, help a brother out. Like and subscribe. All right, you guys have a successful trading out there. See ya.